So in this video, we'll be doing a worksheet based on Chapter 7, Impact of the Internet. So by now you would have completed the presentation on Chapter 7, and then you would have done the questions based on the textbook content. And right now what we'll be doing is we'll be moving to a worksheet on Chapter 7. So first you got to download the worksheet. You can come to your class, and over here we have worksheet. So you will be downloading this worksheet and thereafter uploading it again to the class. Taking a bit. So over here you can download the worksheet. And let's first click on enable editing, and then we can start answering on this paper itself. Okay, so the impact of the growing reliance on ICT in manufacturing has led to a reduced need for, so as the reliance on ICT has increased in manufacturing, they are asking which one has reduced. So reduced for unskilled workers has increased. Okay, so the answer is going to be A over here. The gap between information rich and information poor societies has widened. So I told you the information rich and information poor is the gap of those who have access to the internet and those who do not have access to the internet. Okay, so which one of these has not contributed to the widening of the gap? So lack of communication networks, it definitely has, because places that have networks, people are going to be using the internet. Places that do not have, people are not going to be using the internet. So this has contributed. They are asking which has not. Speed of transmission of data between networks, yes, internet speeds do matter. Lack of communication between individuals, no. Individuals not talking to each other has not contributed to the gap of those who have access to the internet and those who do not have access. Okay, the answer over here is going to be C. The next question goes as, branch managers hold virtual meetings over the internet. Identify 3 benefits to the bank of holding virtual meetings rather than face-to-face meetings. Okay, so they are asking benefits to the bank of having virtual meetings. Okay, so the important thing here is understanding the scenario. We are talking about branch managers. Branch managers means managers from different cities. Okay, so the first thing we can say is meetings can take place in at short notice. Okay, so since it's happening online, okay, you can just drop a message, meeting taking place in 15 minutes, everybody come online. Okay, but if it is a physical meeting, you'll have to wait for everybody to gather at a particular location. Okay, it's going to take a lot of time. But if it's an online meeting, it can take place in short notice. Then second thing is, since we're talking about branch managers means managers from different cities. So if they come over for a physical meeting, the company will have to look after the accommodation. But if it's an online or if it's a virtual meeting, accommodation costs will not have to be considered. So you can say accommodation costs will not have to be considered. We can say the company can save on accommodation cost. Okay, then we can also say meetings can take place at any time, anywhere. Okay, so this is another benefit. If it's a physical meeting, it will have to take place at a particular location. Okay, and it will have to take place at a particular time. But if it's online, meetings can go on at any time and can happen anywhere. Employees can be in any location. They just have to switch on the app, switch on their front web camera, and the meeting can start. Okay, so this is another benefit to the bank, that they can have meetings at any place, anywhere. I mean, anytime, anywhere. Okay. Moving on, it goes on to say, identify 3 disadvantages of holding virtual meetings rather than face-to-face meetings. So we all know the first problem of holding virtual meetings is, you can talk about internet speed matters a lot. Otherwise video is going to lag. Okay, so if the internet speed is not good enough, you will notice each other's video is lagging, or the voice and the video do not go at the same time. Okay, that problem is there. Next thing is, you can say physical documents cannot be exchanged. So if it's a virtual meeting, you cannot get somebody else's signature, nor can you pass any physical documents to them. Okay, physical documents slash items, you can say slash items. Okay, then for example, we can also talk about this: difficult to understand body language of each other. Okay, so when it's a virtual meeting, understanding each other's body language is going to be quite tough. Okay, so moving on to the next question, it goes on to say it's an essay type question. You're getting 6 marks. So I have always told you, for this we have to construct a mind map. The use of computers and other digital devices has both positive and negative effects on people's lifestyles. Discuss the positive and negative effects of digital devices on people's lifestyle. Okay, so I'm just gonna first put down the positives and then negatives. Okay, so we're talking about digital devices on people's lifestyle. So the first positive thing we can talk about smart watches. Okay, and we can talk about helps helps for fitness purposes. Then I can talk about ebooks, allows carrying many books in one device. Okay, then when it comes to some of the negative things we can talk about, let's think about some of the negative things. Expensive. Sorry, we're talking about the lifestyle of people, right? How it has made people's lifestyle. Lazy. Then we can talk about addictive. Then we can talk about isolation. Okay, people are becoming alone. So I'll be putting more details of this. Another positive thing we can talk about is on people's lifestyle, working from home. So this has both positives and negatives. Working from home, distractions, and over here I can say flexible working hours. So let's start writing the answer. So I'm gonna first you have to do a much longer what do you call, mind map on this kind of a question. Okay, I just put on a few points that will help me to explain this even better. But you please do spend more time on this. Try and think of all the possible answers that you can think of, and then speak on what you're most confident in speaking about. Okay, so I'll first give an introduction to the topic. Okay, you can say digital devices have most certainly had a huge impact on how individuals live their lives today. Okay, smart watches, for example, smart watches. Let's start off with that. For example, smart watches can be used to connect to a user's smartphone via Bluetooth, and this smart watch can track and collect many health related information such as heartbeat rate, number of calories burnt, etc., which would help the user in being more healthy. Okay, then next I can go on to speak about ebooks. Okay, using ebooks which allow users to carry many books inside one device. Using ebooks which allow users to carry many books inside one device, this helps individuals do a lot of reading while traveling. Okay, do a lot of reading while traveling and during their free time. Okay, so then let's talk about one more. We can talk about working from home. Okay, furthermore, digital devices can be connected to the internet, so this allows individuals to work from home, enabling them to have flexible working hours where they can arrange their family commitments around their office work. Okay, then we can go on to speak about a few of the negative things. We can start off with this working from home. Even though digital devices enable individuals to work from home, it can also keep employees highly distracted from their office work, because we can say because they can be distracted by their families and leisure activities taking place at home. Okay, so I have spoken about one negative point. Let's go on to another. We can also speak about isolation. Okay, we can add connect isolation and addictiveness together. Okay, you can go on to say, using digital devices, individuals can communicate with people around the world and also access services around the world, but this can make them become isolated from the physical world around them and make them addicted to digital devices, where they spend too much time on them. Okay, so if you want, you can also add the point of laziness. So for what I have done is I have mentioned 3 points on here and 3 points on here. You can always add the point lazy also. Okay, so I think this is a good enough answer. You are free to add your own answers as well. It would also be a good idea to give a conclusion. Okay, so we can go on to say, digital devices most definitely can improve an individual's lifestyle, but if used too much without a proper plan, can lead to individuals being addicted to them and wasting a huge amount of time on them. Okay, so this is what I think is the conclusion for this essay. Okay, so the best way to go forward is doing a proper mind map, writing down all the points that you think will fit here. Okay, and then taking points that you are most confident in talking about. Okay, moving on to our next question. Okay, it says, Ace Phone sells mobile phones online as well as in its shops, which means the physical store. Identify 2 advantages for Ace Phone of selling online. Okay, so if Ace Phone tries selling online, you can say using the internet, they can reach a larger audience. Okay, we said they can reach a larger in the presentation when we went through, we said reach to a global market. Okay, so they can reach a large audience. Then we can also say they can have improved communication using the internet. They can have improved communication with their customers. Okay, then they are asking for 2 disadvantages of selling online. So problem number 1 is, you can always say security issues may arise with customers' data and payments. Okay, so anything to do with online always has a security issue. Second thing is, you can talk about the cost of maintaining the website will have to be considered. Okay, so to keep the website running and up and all that, you'll have to hire a specialist, okay, a website designer, okay, a cyber security officer. Okay, so the cost of maintaining the website will have to be considered. Okay, so these are 2 disadvantages and these are 2 advantages. The next question is once again an essay question. Okay, something suitable for you all, talking about some staff believe that many students at the college have mobile devices such as smartphones or tablet computers. Some staff believe that using these devices improves learning, others disagree. So discuss the advantages and disadvantages of allowing students to use mobile devices in college. Okay, so this is a question that is fitting you. You are going to school, so you think and see what are the advantages of using mobile phones inside college. Also, you'll have to mention a few of the disadvantages. Okay, so introduce the topic, mention the advantages, mention the disadvantages, make sure you give a point, an example, and make sure you're able to link both of them. Okay, and also try and give a conclusion. Okay, whether you think they should be brought or they should not be brought, or whether you are neutral on the topic. Okay, try and give a conclusion. Okay, and once you're done with this, save your work and please make sure you upload it back into the classroom.